Hi, everybody. I decided that I wanted to create a video today because I want to share something with you that I created first in 2020, but now I offer them for sale at my Sacred Rhythms gatherings, and they are called blessing bags. So, we're going to do kind of like an unboxing of my blessing bag, but first I want to give you kind of the history of how these came about for me. So, going into the first Christmas season of COVID in 2020, I, like everybody, right? I was very sad. I was depressed. I was missing my people. I was sad that we were not able to get together like we used to. And I knew that it was a really hard time for all of us. So I was trying to think of a way that I could offer some love to my people and do something with my hands, like create something, which is so helpful for working with stress and anxiety. Um, and wanted to spread a little joy. And so what I came up with was what I called a blessing bag. I made a list of all the people in our family, in our circle, in our friend circle, and our even at work. And I included, like, for our family members and friends, the adults and the children. And I came up with a list of 100 people, which is crazy. Um, and I divided up men, women, and children and got to work. And what we did, me and Paulo and the girls created 100 little gift bags in brown sandwich bags. And we put things like a bag of chips, instant hot cocoa packet, a candy cane, a couple Hershey Kisses. And then for my nieces and nephews, I put in a gemstone that I picked out specifically for each of them. And also everybody got a small piece of cedar with a red bow tied around it. And the cedar had been given to me by my dear friend Rhonda Loonsfoot. And so yeah, we created these little basically like gift bags. And then we drove around. It took us a week. We, separated it out by geographic region and listened to Christmas music in the car as we drove to all of these different people's homes and delivered these little blessing bags of joy. So that's kind of like the backstory of how these bags came to be. When I started hosting the Sacred Rhythms Fellowship gatherings, I knew that I wanted to include something like this. It has changed, of course. There's no bag of chips in here. But what it is it is a intuitively curated ritual in a bag. And they're always based on the time of year that we're entering, like what seasonal transition day. So this one in particular, I have it marked for mid-fall or Samhain from 2024. So let's take a look at what I put in. My intention with these bags is always to have a representation of one of each of the 5 elements: earth, air, fire, water, and spirit. And it comes with a little rolled up sheet of paper. I'm not going to read it to you right now, but I will show you that what it has is a list of all the items that are in the bag. And then there is a brief meditation that I write. And then there is a suggested ceremony. So it usually continues on to the back. But what I do is I reflect on the time of year and the wisdom that it has to teach us. And I also draw in information about astrology, what's going on in current events, and kind of holding all of this in my heart, I ask, what is needed right now? And so from that space, I write out a meditation, and then I write out a suggested ceremony. And then I go shopping. I go to various local businesses, women owned whenever possible, and I come up with little treasures So let's see what we have here. This is Blue Pearl Classic Champa Incense from the Heart Yoga and Tai Chi Center. I love Nag Champa, and this is just such a clean burning incense stick. So this would represent air and spirit from the smoke. Then, oh yeah, I have a half-ounce bag of loose leaf tea. This one was Rooibos chai, caffeine-free, from Moondrop Herbals, owned by Linda down on Fulton Street. And I also include 5 single-use loose leaf tea bags. So this represents water. And of course, for fire, I have a soy unscented tea light candle. And then in this little treasure bag, representing Earth, this particular month, I chose, what is this? This is Howlite. And these are also from Moondrop Herbals. And I chose an orange calcite. And in the little treasure map, it tells you what those gemstones stand for, how they can be worked with energetically, and they represent Earth. And then I also have a Shraddha card from the deck that was created by my yoga teacher, Benji, from the Heart Yoga and Tai Chi Center. And they're on Leonard Street in Grand Rapids. So this is a part of a deck. And what I did is for each bag, I randomly selected a card. And so this card is selfless service. So it offers the Sanskrit word in Sanskrit and the transliteration, which is seva. So each bag has its own card, and it's a deck of, I think, 50, I can't remember. I think it might be 50 cards. So it's randomly selected and, just something to kind of meditate on. And then finally, because this was for the mid-fall, I always add a little something extra related to the season. So in my meditation, I talk about the acorn and how it contains the blueprint for its highest potential as an oak tree. So all of these little things, the tea light candle, the gemstones, the acorn, the incense, the little Shraddha card, and the tea, this is your portable ceremony. So my Sacred Rhythms gatherings are always held prior to the High Holy Day. So this one was held the weekend before Samhain, which is usually on October 31st, November 1st. The next one will be the winter solstice. So I'm hosting the next gathering on Sunday, December 8th, just because I know December is very busy for us. It's probably busy for everyone else, but the solstice lands on December 21st. So you can choose to purchase one of these bags. They are $10 if you buy them in person. Otherwise, I can also add a shipping fee and ship them to you if you don't attend the class and you would still like a blessing bag. And so the idea would be that you receive your bag in advance and you clear a little space in your room or anywhere in your home that you can have a little bit of quiet time for reflection. And you would create this little ceremonial area with these little items and treasures and brew yourself a cup of tea, light the candle and incense. You can make it as beautiful and elegant or as simple as you want. It's an invitation to personalize it. And again, I include in your little paper a suggested ceremony, usually an invitation to reflect on something that's seasonally relevant, or you can freestyle it and do what feels right to you intuitively. But the goal with this is to reconnect to the sacred rhythms of life, to reconnect to this pulsation and this connection that we are a part of nature. We are nature. And when we shift out of this linear time cycle where birth is the beginning and death is the end, and we start to understand how we cycle through seasons throughout our lives, we cycle through seasons every year as a collective, it attunes us to a rhythm that is both empowering and comforting. I don't fear and hate winter like I used to, for example. I love the summer. I love the sunshine, but there is so much value to the winter time. It's a time of going inward and reflecting on the past year and integrating the wisdom that you've received and resting and replenishing ourselves for the upcoming springtime when things start to move outward and the energy starts to get a little bit more energized. The energy gets energized. You know what I mean? So that's it. That's where the evolution of the blessing bags came from COVID Christmas to grounding ourselves into the beautiful cyclical rhythms of life and nature. And I would love to see you at the upcoming Sacred Rhythms Fellowship. Again, it's happening on Sunday, December 8th from 11 in the morning to 12:30. So an hour and a half class. We do meditation. We do a little yoga, very beginner friendly, some pranayama, breath work. I offer a Dharma talk based on what I'm sensing is relevant for us. And I also tie it to the wisdom of the season. And there's opportunities for group conversation so we can build community and kind of hold space for each other. It's really beautiful, very replenishing, very supportive. So if you're interested in joining for the class, you can find the details on the Tending to Change with Jenny Wara's Facebook page. There's an event there. Or if you want to purchase one of these blessing bags so that you can do your own ritual for the solstice, you can go ahead and send me a message on Messenger, or you can email me at Jenny Juarez LLC, so JennyJuarez LLC @gmail.com. And I'll get your contact information from you, and we'll figure out shipping, and we can work that out together. So I would love to see you there, and thank you for checking out my video on blessing bags. Take care, guys.